Most people believe you can't get truly crispy chicken on a smoker. They blame the grill, they blame the skin. They're wrong. This is smoked chicken thighs with crackly skin and juicy meat, and I'll show you exactly how this works. Most people ruin chicken skin even before it hit the smoker. It's not the sauce, it's not the rub, it's just moisture and heat timing. I fixed this the night before, so stick with me and I give you all the tips you need in order to get this skin to be this crispy. And we're gonna begin by seasoning the chicken, and this will be done the night before the cook. So what we'll do, we'll start removing the skin, separate it from the chicken, and we're only gonna season it under the skin. So we want the skin clean and dry so it can crisp up the next day during the cook. So today we're gonna be using Frig That's Good Everything Seasoning from Maritime Madness, straight from PEI, Canada. So what we're gonna be doing, we're gonna separate the skin from our thighs here. We're gonna separate the skin so we are able to only season our meat. We wanna keep the skin clean, and then we're gonna put it back, just like that. Slowly we're gonna separate it so we're able to put it back again. And just wanna sprinkle some seasoning inside so we can start infusing flavor to this chicken since the night before. So we'll repeat the process. Slowly gonna separate the skin here, and then we're gonna season the meat inside. And we're gonna cover the meat again. Do this a couple more times. And this right here is the step most people skip. Seasoning under the skin, not on it. And then we're gonna make sure we cover properly again. We pull the skin back. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make sure I clean the skin. I do a final dry one last time. I'm gonna stick this chicken with the skin up in the fridge overnight. So you can stick it up to 24 hours. And then tomorrow, I'll show you the trick. So this skin is as crispy as fry in the smoker. Well, the chicken has been in the fridge overnight. And now it's time of putting some seasoning on it. What I like to do, I like to put a little bit of baking powder on the surface on the skin. Again, just to make it even drier. This will help you getting that crispy skin we're looking for. So I'll do this before I apply the rub. You can also mix it with the rub. It's up to you. These rubs help, but crispy skin comes down to what you do next. So before applying your rub or after, so the trick here to get the crispy skin is you need to poke holes all over the skin. And then we're talking about small holes where I'm gonna be using a toothpick, and then I'm gonna go through the farther sides of the skin, and I'm gonna start poking holes all over it. And this will allow fat to render faster and will not trap moisture, which is what you're looking for. And it's time to finish applying the rub into these chicken thighs. Just a quick reminder. So yesterday, we put under the skin at night the Frig That's Good Everything Seasoning from Maritime Madness. Today, the start of the show will be the Unreal Pepper Rub, again from Maritime Madness. So this is not a sugary rub. Sugar will burn in high moisture environment, and we want to avoid that so we can achieve that crispy skin. I'm gonna start applying this all over our chicken. I'm gonna pat it down so it sticks to that skin. I'm keeping the rub simple and even here. Full coverage, no clumps, and nothing wasted. You want flavor on every bite. So now we're gonna let our chicken rest for 15 to 20 minutes, and we're gonna put it into the smoker. And let's talk about fuel. Today I'm using Lumberjack Competition Blend here, which is a mix designed for clean smoke and stable heat, which really matters when you're trying to render fat without overpowering the meat. And as you know, chicken absorbs smoke really quick, and we don't want to overpower. If you really like the bold smoke flavor, please find a Lumberjack dealership near you in the link below and get the real stuff. You're not going to regret it. I'm starting the smoker at 275, hot enough to render fat, but controlled enough to keep the chicken juicy. Once it's up to temp, we are ready to cook. This is where the cook actually starts.
It's time to put these chicken thighs into the smoker. I'm gonna put them skin up.
Chicken goes on skin side up every time. That keeps the skin exposed to heat so the fat can slowly render instead of steaming. I'm giving them space, no crowding, so the heat and airflow stays even. Once they're on, I don't touch them. This part is about letting the smoker do its job. Now it's just time and temperature. After some time on the heat, it is time to check. This is the color we are looking for. Deep, even, and clear. I'm melting butter and mixing it with Maritime Madness super sauce to build a simple glaze. It adds richness, helps the color pop, and sets up for the hot finish.
Great, fantastic.
Now I'm cranking the smoker up to 400 degrees to finish the skin. Let the heat build up for the final mile. We're sitting at 152, right where we want it. Glaze is next.
Great. Let's start adding our glaze here. We're gonna add our glaze. It's just a fine layer of it. We don't wanna drown the skin at this stage.
Glaze is on, and that's where the shine starts to build. From here, it's all about setting the skin. Let's lock it in.
We're taking this out.
Once the skin is fully set and the color is right, everything comes off together. You can hear that skin when you move it. That's what we're looking for. Crispy on the outside, juicy underneath, and exactly where this chicken thighs should be. Nothing rushed, nothing forced, just letting the process do its job. This right here is the payoff. Off the smoker, and you can see the skin still crackling while the heat escapes. This is exactly what you want.
Okay, so for the moment of truth, I'm gonna cut one of these guys here. Let's see how this, oh my God, you hear that, guys?
Watch how this skin cuts. This is what you are aiming for. If your chicken skin is rubbery, it's not the smoker. When the knife hits the skin, it resists, then snaps. That snap means it's fully rendered.
Looks great. For the moment of truth, I'm gonna grab this beautiful piece of chicken. Oh my Lord, look at this. See how this tastes. This is delicious. Wow, this is great.
This is what fully rendered chicken skin looks like.
So what I would like to do, even though I use a little bit of this super sauce from Maritime Madness, I'd like to put a little bit more on my chicken here. Let's see how that tastes. Oh my God, look at this. This is delicious. Okay guys, thanks for watching. And if you really want to see great smoking and grilling barbecues every single week, please hit that subscribe and like button. And don't forget to hit the bell so you get notified every week when I release a new video. See you in the next one.